Mayor?
I wanted to speak a little to this resolution as well. I want to rise up in support of it, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. As mayor, I observed this confrontation between Ms. Herbert and Councilman Higgs grow. Saw it get worse and worse over time. I know for a fact Ms. Herbert was served with a letter, a threatening legal letter from a lawyer out of Gary about a year before the election. And at the time, her and I had conversations. I apologize to her right now, but I think it's important to bring it up because it's a pattern. That this letter was brought to my attention, and it was threatening, basically intimidating, saying that you're saying things at council meetings that I don't appreciate, and I think that you should cease and desist. And it was written as though Ann was about to be sued by an attorney from Gary, who should know better, by the way. I told Ann at the time I thought that was a serious matter. It was a First Amendment issue, and she decided not to pursue it. And then during election season, a supporter of mine made a political cartoon out of Councilman Higgs that was not taken very kindly by Councilman Higgs. He didn't appreciate it, and I'm sure I wouldn't appreciate it either. Councilman Higgs filed a lawsuit against that supporter of mine, and that case is currently pending in court. So this guy that made a political cartoon got sued by Councilman Higgs and had to go out and hire a lawyer and spend thousands of dollars defending himself because he made a political cartoon, which is the First Amendment, Councilman Higgs. It's allowed. It's legal. If you don't like it, you're in the wrong line of work, Councilman Higgs. But, so I saw a supporter of mine get sued, and that case is pending as we speak, and I know Councilman Higgs is telling everybody, hey, I'm gonna drop the lawsuit, but how would you like it if you got sued? Anybody stand behind me? If you got sued for expressing your First Amendment right, and you had to go out and hire a lawyer and defend yourself against a frivolous lawsuit. It happened. You sued a constituent. And this case is pending. I tell you what, I think there should be sanctions in that case. I think the lawyer should be sanctioned. I think Councilman Higgs should be sanctioned in that case, because that case is clearly First Amendment. Okay? Now, we have the current case with Ann Herbert. And it's very similar. Councilman Higgs goes, gets an ex parte order from a judge, and she gets a restraining order filed against her. Let me tell you, I practiced family law for a long time before I became your mayor. I did hundreds of cases. These restraining orders are given in cases of domestic violence, where usually a husband is beating on a wife. Usually, unfortunately, that's situations where these typically come up in. And court resources are scarce. So we shouldn't be running to court with frivolous intimidation tactics like this and wasting Judge Cedia's time. He's had 2 hearings on this matter now. He has to have another one. Wasting our time, your time, bringing discredit upon your council. Why? It's a First Amendment issue. Ann Herbert has the right. She's a 3rd District resident. She has the right to criticize you, Councilman Higgs. She has the right. First Amendment right. I've seen 3 different cases as your mayor of Councilman Higgs intimidating constituents, using legal maneuvers, filing lawsuits, using lawyers, and it's wrong, Councilman Higgs. It's wrong. You got to stop. And that's why I think what you guys are doing is right on. You need to formally denounce this type of bully tactic. And I will sign this resolution today if you pass it.
Mr. President,
Councilman?
I'm just going to say this and I'll be done. God bless you, Mayor. I understand that we don't agree. And for whatever reason, it seems to be that you just don't care for me. And I understand that. But I'm praying for you that God will remove that hate and hostility towards me. That's my prayer.